Right, so today I added something to the developers tools which might help developers keep their version control in order. Whenever Jamroom releases a new module, it comes with a new version number, and each of those new version numbers, when they're imported via the marketplace, are symlinked to. So before we have a look at the new module, let's have a look at that. You can see here in our FTP that we've got core, the JR core module, and also core release 5.1.40, and JR like and JR like 1.0.2. And each time a new module is released via the marketplace, it'll get stored in there as its own release number. This is good because you can revert back to any previous release if you want to, but it also makes things a bit tricky to figure out what's changed if you're using something like Git for version control. So the thing that I added today was the rebase the modules and the rebase the skins, and what it's going to do is it's going to take the latest version of the release, JR Core release 5.1.4, and put it onto its base URL of JR Core. The reason this is going to be useful is because if you in your PHP Storm or whatever development environment you use, you can just store the latest version of that and download everything to the base URL or the base folder directory. So then when you're using the version control system, you can see what's changed in each version. So let's have a look at that now. So rebase some modules. For some reason, when you rebase the core URL, you need to get off the page, refresh the session over somewhere else, and then come back on and refresh the page again. But that's only seems to happen when you've got the core module is being rebased. And what we end up here with in our modules folder on the server is, if we hit refresh on that, the version numbers disappear, and those versions get put back onto their base URL. You'd then go into your whatever software development environment you use. Here it's PHP Storm, and you'd use, let's move that up a bit so you can see it, deployment, sync with deployed version, and then all of the changes, only the changes that are different between your local version and the version that are on the server, will come into your local environment. The difference between the current way of doing that is when they're in a different directory, your compare with the local and the server will compare them, and they'll be two totally different directories. So you can't individually see which files have changed. This way you can see which files have changed and just download the ones that you need to download, and you can compare on a line-by-line basis with Git or whatever version control system you use. So if we went here, Git, show history for this particular file, Control D, find one with some actual changes in it, and you can compare whatever the differences are line by line between of what's changed between those versions. So it looks like there's been a space added here between those two version changes, and that's it. Probably not much use to anybody who isn't a developer, but anybody who is a developer using Git for a version control should find this really useful for working on any Jamroom sites that are updated via the marketplace system rather than via downloading or GitHub or anything like that.